everyone, today I'm going to make a soup which is called Thanni Saar in Tamil, and this soup is usually made with two different types of vegetables, green vegetables, and it's either moringa leaves or sweet leaves. So moringa leaves, as you know, is Murugakkeerai in Tamil, and sweet leaves is Tausa Murugakkeerai, and of course in Tamil, in Bahasa Malaysia, moringa leaves is down Kelor, and sweet leaves is called pucuk manis. The stock of this soup is made, we don't have a real stock actually, but what you're going to use is coconut milk, and the coconut milk of course makes the soup more creamy, and you can add a little boiled dal to it or you don't have to. So it depends on how you like your soup to be. If you add a little boiled lentils in it, and usually the lentils are tur dal or split pigeon pea that is boiled, cooked, and then added to this soup. Of course, the addition of boiled dal makes the soup highly nutritious because of the protein content and so much more fiber as well. So let's look at the ingredients for this soup. So these are the ingredients. Of course, I haven't mentioned the salt and the oil that I'm going to use. I didn't really add this jaggery to the ingredient list because not everybody likes to add a tiny bit of jaggery to this Thanni Saar or this soup. So I like to do it because it sort of one reason is that it keeps the leaves nice and green, and another reason would be that it sort of balances the flavor. So I like a little bit of jaggery or sugar. So you're free to do what you want to. So I'm going to add about 3.5 cups of water. Then I'm going to add, okay, not now, I'm just going to put some salt first. A little bit of salt, about half a teaspoon, and a tiny bit, this is about a quarter teaspoon of turmeric powder. And I'm going to let the water come to boil. I'm going to add another 1 cup of water, so that's about 4.5 cups of water, and I'm going to cover this to let it boil. If you have dal that is cooked, you don't have to add it now. If you have dal that is not cooked, then this is when you boil the dal and get it to a consistency or to the extent of boiling that you want the dal to have. You do it right now. So I'm not going to add this because this is already boiled. As you can see, this is boiled dal. Okay, so the water is boiling. I'm going to add the dal in. Okay, I'm not going to dump it in because the water will just get thrown out of the pot. You can use half a cup or 1 cup depending on how much you like. I'm using about a cup. And garlic is a must when you have dal. It's supposed to aid in helping with indigestion and also gas. And this is some red chilies. I'm going to add that in. I'm going to try and wash all that dal out. And I'm going to let this boil for a bit. Close it and let it boil for a bit. Especially the garlic and so on. I'm going to let it just get a little soft before I put the leaves in. Now it's time to add the leaves. So if I was going to stir fry these leaves, I would chop it up a little bit, but since these are not going to be stir fried, I'm just going to leave it like as it is. And remember, a tiny bit of jaggery, just about a teaspoon. It's about a teaspoon. I'm going to just let it cook a little bit. Cover it and let it cook for a bit. Basically, it's almost done, guys. It's such a simple dish to do. Let it cook for a little bit before I put in the coconut milk. Let it cook for about a minute, and now I'm going to add the coconut milk. Remember, this addition of coconut milk is also subjective. It depends on how much you want to add. So I'm going to add this much, and I've mixed it with a little bit of water. So my how much was it just now? I think it was about 200 ml, I think, of coconut milk was coconut cream mixed with a little bit of water. I'm going to let this cook a little bit. put one chili padi just because I like it. So I'm going to add just one inside. And I heard something about you add chili padi inside, or bird's eye chili, by the way, that is. The Apparently the milk doesn't curdle. I don't know. You'll have to see. Make sure your flame is a little lower now, because you don't want your milk to start curdling, or rather separating, so the cream not to separate from the milk, from the liquid. So I'm going to cook this for about 2 minutes. Add salt to taste. I just added another teaspoon of salt. You can add as much as you like. Make sure it doesn't boil too much, guys, because that is when the fat in the coconut milk or the cream separates from the liquid. So even here you can see that a little bit has already happened. A little bit of, it's not curdling, it's actually just a separation of the milk fat and the, I don't know what you call I know that for actual cow's milk it's fat and whey, but for this one I'm not sure. I'm just going to say liquid. So this is done. You can take it out of the heat. I'm just going to move it to this side. Guys, for the tempering of the spices to be poured on top of this, right at top, to give it some extra flavor. So to hot oil, some mixed spices, and then of course some dried chilies. You don't have to use the round ones. You can use the normal dried chilies, and then let that do its thing. And some onions. These are shallots, by the way. So I like the shallots. I like the taste of little onions. And then asafoetida. Feel like that's not enough oil, you can of course add a little bit more. I'm going to add a tiny bit more. And at this stage, guys, just to let you know, the Malaysian element to this usually is that we add. Okay, now I'm going to let this brown. Okay, then I'm going to chat with you for a bit. So we Malaysians, we tend to add our little additions to this dish. So Thanni Saar is a traditional South Indian soup. So what we Malaysians tend to do sometimes is we add chili padi and stuff like that, because chili padi is not really the Malaysian chili padi, the bird's eye chili, that is not really used in India. And what we also add is, we might, while I was tempering the spices, to that we would add some dried prawns or dried anchovies to give it an extra kick. So it really gives the whole dish an oomph. Okay, it really makes it taste really nice. But today I want this to be a vegetarian dish, so I'm not adding any of those extras to this dish. So we add all of this to the top to give it that extra bit of flavor. Sometimes I would take out a little bit of that milk, pour it in here, and sort of scrape out, or rather, extract all that goodness from here. I would just put a little bit in here like that and put it in. So that's done. So there it is, guys. Delicious Thanni Saar that is healthy, creamy, and delicious. Thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed today's recipe, which is highly nutritious because, as I mentioned earlier, sweet leaves, or the scientific name, which is Sauropus androgynous, is a very healthy vegetable indeed. And to make a soup out of it where it's not cooked too much is something that's really nutritious to have. And this vegetable also, I think I've mentioned to you much earlier that you shouldn't eat it raw, because it does have high levels of oxalic acid. Yeah. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this session. And if you did like my video, please do like, please do share, please do subscribe to my channel. And here's Shakila Shanmugam saying bye to you. Bye, everyone.